now we got Tyrese, man. Tyrese, who is a friend of the channel. Tyrese, an individual who I am feeling more and more sorry for with each passing chance that we use him as a point of reference on the channel. Once again, Tyrese is unmuting to express how he is dug in on not allowing his baby mamas to take any of his wealth. Tyrese is enthralled in child support disputes, and he's trying to figure out the best way possible for him to be able to not fork over everything that he has worked hard to earn, because the state has determined that it will take a percentage away from him that it deems appropriate due to things like child support. And Tyrese is just not, he refuses to allow this to happen to him. And he's talked about it before multiple times, and this is no different. And so this says Tyrese claims he'll shoot, stab, and kill to protect wealth from baby mamas.
Oh, brother.
Tyrese Gibson has had a very public and very difficult couple of months. The entertainer was arrested in September after refusing to send child support payments to his ex. People magazine reported the Fast and Furious star owed a whopping $74,000 in back child support. The drama was reignited on November 18th. However, the entertainer went after the mother of his children on Instagram. He also assured them that he was not going to be giving up the money he's earned. Tyrese took to social media to set the record straight on his stance. He addressed Samantha Lee and Norma Mitchell, the mother of his children. Baby mama 1 and 2, I ain't giving you nothing. Like I fought to earn this life. I'ma fight to keep it. I'ma shoot, stab, and kill over mine. I'm gonna protect this bottom line at all costs. I earned it, and I'm gonna protect it. This is not the first time Tyrese Gibson has planted his flag in the sand with regards to his fortune. In August, the former singer went on The Breakfast Club to pontificate on all the money he's lost throughout the years. I've lost so much of this stuff, he admitted. I done spent $500,000 on a effing watch. Let's see. I don't lose no sleep over trying to win the popularity contest, showing up with all this jewelry that I'm going to leave on the nightstand, he said. Despite being adamant that he will maintain his wealth, Tyrese has also vowed to provide for his kids. The entertainer clarified his stance in a heartfelt post. The love that a father can have for his children can't quite be explained. Whatever the outcome is today, I am and will forever be their father. So here is Tyrese letting his baby mamas know that he will not be giving up any of his wealth to them because he fought hard to earn this and he does not want to give it up.
Baby mama number 1 and 2. If you ain't learned already, I ain't giving you shit. Like I fought to earn this life, I'm gonna fight to keep it. Not giving it away to nobody. Ain't nobody gonna take this. I'm gonna shoot, stab, and kill over mine. I'm gonna protect this bottom line at all cost. I've earned it, and I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna protect it as hard as I've earned it. That goes for all my homies, anybody in my family, anybody I ever marry again. If you think I'm about to just give it to you after I worked this hard to get it, you definitely got me confused. You definitely got the wrong one.
Oh, boy. Now, Tyrese has also gone on record saying that he believes that his most recent baby mother, Samantha Lee, was in it for the money. He has said that. That's not me saying that. He said that. He said that he believes that she was in it for the money. Tyrese, man, I feel bad for this guy. But what do you make of this latest proclamation from him that he will shoot, stab, kill? I don't think he means that literally. Or
I agree. I mean, I don't think he literally meant that. But when you say that and you're dealing with somebody like how he makes her come out to be, she will use that against you.
Yeah.
So if that's how you feel, you don't say that out loud. You damn sure don't say it to the internet, because now it's been immortalized. So, but this is quintessential Tyrese Gibson, you know, in the Meek Mill school of, hey man, let's take this dude's phone. DDG's is creeping up in that thing too. Let me take your phone, bro, because you just gonna say something crazy. And here's Tyrese again. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he just had a little episode or something where, you know, he just quite frankly had enough and he had to air this out. But you know, this falls into the category of you got to take this on the chin, bro. And you're gonna have to swallow this, bro. I'm sorry, dude. You can't. The only fight that you got is with your lawyers. You know what I'm saying? You go in the war room with them and y'all try to scheme up something to you know, pay her less or whatever. But honestly, bro, you talking like this, you might have to end up paying her more when her lawyers get a hold of this. So yeah, man, you can only fight this legally. If that's draining you and you're tired of that, I'm sorry, bro. This is the price you gotta pay. And yeah, you fought hard to earn this. I mean, you know, this guy's been a celebrity for more than half his life. He sacrificed a lot, I'm sure, to get in this position. And it's being taken away by a woman he slept with, which is insane. Boy, that's an expensive nut, boy. That is outrageous. But to tie this into the DDG topic, man, this is what you signed up for, because we see this woman, we see what she's about.
Yeah.
And he saw what she was about, and what he was about that. Well, this is what you pay for when you deal with that.
Literally.
Yes, literally. Figuratively and literally. It's disgusting. She's a nasty human, I'm sure of it. I'm pretty sure they had some nasty conversations behind closed doors. And I'm pretty sure she was rubbing it in his face of how she gonna take more money or do whatever. I'm pretty sure she got as grimy as it gets with this. And for all intents and purposes, he has every right to feel how he feels. But this is the consequence that you deal with when you deal with a human like that. And of course, everybody loves the child. It's never about the child. It's always about the nasty person that you had it with. And if you can't deal with that, I'm sorry, it's too late. So you're gonna have to find peace in this life somehow, because she's gonna find everywhere to tear it from you. And the best thing that you can do to stick it to her is to be at peace while she's still taking your money, because she double wins when she took your check and your heart and your soul, because that's what she's doing right now. Because the man looked crazy online. So she's winning on all facets of the game, special teams, offense, and defense. And you sitting there looking like a crazy person. So my suggestion is, I'm not above any of this. Life goes on, man, and it hits people crazy and it comes at you fast. But one thing you got to tell yourself is that your peace is more valuable than what's ever in your bank account. And if you're willing to lose your peace because somebody is trying to drain your bank account, then you've missed the plot. So, but that's easier said than done for Mr. Gibson, because apparently he's figuratively or literally willing to stab, pow, or unalive somebody over his checks. But what are your thoughts, man, on Tyrese Gibson going out on the internet, either figuratively or literally, speaking on violence just because his money getting taken, man? How do you feel about this, man? Okay, I know, dude.
It's so sad. you know, but I have to be consistent.
You gotta be consistent because you gave it to DDG, bro.
I gave it to DDG. I gave it to Safari.
Yeah.
I got to give it to Tyrese, bro.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you're going to have to eat this. And you're going to have to accept responsibility for the fact that you are the primary reason that you find yourself in this situation.
That's right. There you go.
I gotta be consistent, man. I gotta be consistent. Like, men have to exhibit better judgment. At the end of the day, I'm gonna die on that hill. Because had he done that, he wouldn't be here. He just wouldn't be here. Like, that's the thing about it. I said this when we discussed Safari.
Mm-hmm.
Sex is going to happen if the woman says so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After that, everything else happens because the man allows it.
Mm-hmm.
After sex, marriage happens because the man allows it. Commitment happens because the man allows it. Relationships happen because the man allows it. Children happen because the man allows it. And by allowing it with the children, I mean shooting the club up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, outside of like the physical act, you know, outside of that, everything else in this dynamic, men are gatekeepers for it. So Tyrese was the gatekeeper for getting her pregnant. Tyrese was the gatekeeper for marrying her.
Yes.
Tyrese was the gatekeeper for committing to her.
Yes, all of that.
And it's like, bro, you have to eat that, bro. You just do, man. I'm sorry. But if men still, even in 2024, with all of these weird social media conversations going on, with this neoliberalism, even with all of this neoliberalism take place, we still want to try and make it seem as though men are supposed to be the head of a household. So if men are supposed to be the head of a household, men have to also accept responsibility for family dynamics playing out the way they do.
Yeah.
You're the leader. When a professional team, when a sports franchise is bad, they fire the coach. They don't get rid of the players.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The head coach gets the axe. Unless it's clear that there's a particular player that's a malcontent, the blame for this is usually falls on the head coach. Fire the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, you're the leader in this situation. You have to accept responsibility for this. And look, man, I get it, bro. I'm with you. I feel bad for him. I do. But at the same time, it's like, bro, where was your vetting filter? Where was it's like, look,
yeah.
And the thing about this is, I think the last time we talked about this, I think I made the point, like, she exhibited all of the characteristics that any sound man should question.
Yes, dude.
Like, she's an influencer on social media. She was a bartender.
Oh.
Like, those two things alone. She's an influencer on social media. She's a bartender. She has like, I'm looking at her Instagram real quick. She has 638,000 followers on Instagram. If you look through her Instagram, there's a lot of it where she's being, I guess, inspirational, if you want to call it that. But then a lot more of it is just her being pretty.
Yep.
She's showing off her fitness transformation. She likes to leverage her body and all these kinds of things. Like, look, man, you can call that whatever you want, but I don't think it is beyond the pale for any man who's considering a woman to look at those kinds of things and at least question it. At the end of the day, as a man, if you make the decision to marry a woman who traffics in attention-seeking behavior, thereby the likelihood of the relationship going left because of that, you're going to have to take inventory on the fact that you made the initial decision to make the commitment. Like, bro, I'm sorry, Tyrese. I get it. She sucks. She's probably a horrible person to co-parent with.
Yeah.
I'm sure she did a lot to contribute to the fact that it's the way that it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But how did you contribute to it? It's a series of unfortunate events, but they cascade off of one another. And if I am to believe that men are in positions of leadership when it comes to the household and the family unit, I have to look at you, bro. I gotta be consistent, man. I gotta be consistent. You say all the time when we talk about stuff like this, if you're really about that life and you really want a wife and you really want to raise a family and you really want to do the right thing and do right by this, it's almost to the point where your level of scrutiny has to be extraordinarily high. And you almost have to get with a chick who's off the grid and a nerd to know for a fact that these are various pitfalls that you can sidestep.
Exactly.
And what's clear to me is these guys don't care about that.
No, they don't.
They don't. They're looking at the face and the body and they're saying permission granted.
Exactly.
So it's like, bro, Tyrese, you're responsible for this, man. You're going to have to pay that tax. Until the laws get changed, bro, you're paying that tax. It gives me no pleasure in saying this. I hate the fact that I'm talking like this. But responsibility and accountability have to be had here. And this is where we are with this. I feel for the guy. I think it sucks. I feel bad for him. I really do. But Tyrese, this is your responsibility, bro. And largely it's your fault. So
yeah, I mean, and don't get it twisted now. You know what I'm saying? Because and whenever I talk about off the grid, I'm talking about a overall mentality, a holistic mentality of how that person views life.
Yeah,
how they handle conflicts, how they think of themselves, how all of that stuff. And the byproduct of that is less social media use.
yes.
It's less housewife contents digested. It's like a whole bunch of side effects that are positive because they are off the grid. Right. And then there's women that are on the grid and they have all the byproducts of someone who is on the grid. And they take a lot of selfies like this. Her whole Instagram's like that. Like you said, just selling the fact that she's pretty, for the next buyer. Because some jackass is going to be dumb enough to buy on this. Somebody is. And she's going to allow herself to be pregnant by the one that can afford to pay for a lifestyle for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's her reproductive rights for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't gonna be no Pookie that do it.
Yeah.
Because she'll let a Pookie hit, but she'll take care of that. But if a Tyrese comes along or any other jackass that has the capital to fund a lifestyle, it's her reproductive rights that she's gonna do what she does with that and hit the court.
Even if it's a guy who got a whole bunch of other situations just like it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Cam Newton. She'll be right in line to be baby mama number 6 for Cam Newton.
Because she did the math on that.
Yeah.
And this is another paycheck that I can get. But Pookie and Ray that's shooting up the club with her too. Oh, she'll take care of that. Don't worry about that because I'm pretty sure she's done that. And or anybody else like this that's on the grid like this. So these guys have to learn. This is a valuable lesson. And it doesn't, and she doesn't have to be. So this is for the famous people out here that's dealing with this type of stuff. But for the average everyday man, I mean, she could be busted up and on the grid. You know what I'm saying? So looks don't necessarily correlate to grid action. So you have to be mindful and, like you say, take an inventory of who you're dealing with. You have to know who you're dealing with. But in order to know who you're dealing with, like you said in the DDG situation, you have to know who the hell you are.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you know who you are and you know what you want, then you can pick out the crazy stuff that this person's saying. And if you still choose to lay down with that person, then you can't do a Tyrese and cry foul later.
Yeah.
And so this whole thing here, man, it's like, sorry, Tyrese, you should have seen this after the first situation. So to allow this woman to come in and swindle you the same way, something tells me there could be a third. Because this man still hasn't learned his lesson. And I bet he's still shooting up clubs. Yeah. So, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Charge it to the game, as I say. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese, you got the money for this. So stop crabbing for it, pay your taxes, bro, and move the hell on. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, bro. You got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the part of you making sure that you get more secure checks in the future is less of this behavior online. Because right now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're looking like right now, besides like a sideshow. So, because I'm pretty sure his rep in Hollywood or anywhere else, man, was pretty clean with all that Fast and the Furious stuff and him being an R&B sensation. Now he's a social media meltdown machine that's just one step away from whatevering. You know what I'm saying? So, cautionary tale. And I think everybody should look at these guys as exhibits. If a guy's already in a situation similar to this, don't get yourself in another one. All right. It just is what it is, man. And pay your taxes and keep it moving.
Yeah, I feel for the guy. You know, I can say I feel bad for him and also say it's his fault at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. And you know, to anybody who's gonna have an issue, there might be some people who are like, you know, a woman can do whatever she wants with her social media. That don't mean, look, listen. Okay, from a man's perspective, there is a correlation between the type of woman who would make for the ideal mate or life partner and what her life behaviors and habits are.
Right.
Correlations with that. So it isn't overtly saying we don't want a woman who's not on social media or who doesn't have a lot of social media followers. It's that innately that type of character trait that we are looking for is inherent in the type of woman who in all likelihood doesn't traffic in attention on her social media.
Thank you.
It's that simple. You know, it's that simple. It's not all that complicated. And I think you know what, and I think people know what we mean by that. So, you know, it just is what it is, man. But it sucks. It really does. But he's gonna have to pay that. He's going to have to pay that. Either pay it or get full custody, bro. It's one or the other, Tyrese. Like I'm assuming you have a higher net worth than her. I'm assuming your annual income is greater than hers. If it really is that contentious, then petition for full custody. Make it to where you have full custody and she gets visitation.
Right.
But if you're still trying to do this rigmarole where you're complaining about her and trying to fend off having to pay her child support, but you're also not trying to get full custody, I don't know which to believe. Like, which is it? So guys need to make better choices. At the end of the day, we got to make better choices, man. I'm going to say that until my face is blue, but it's the truth. We just got to do better. We got to make better choices.
100. Tighten up, Tyrese. Tighten up.
Oh, man, it's frustrating.